agenda.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. 8:41 a.m. News and views right here on Salaamedia. And now we're going to cross over to Cape Town, and we'll be talking with my colleague Inayet Wadee. We're going to talk to him about two issues: Nakba, the 75th anniversary of Nakba. Of the Palestinian Nakba, obviously, and also the Salaamedia tour of Abeer Zayyad in the Western Cape. From the type of feedback I have been receiving, it has been absolutely tremendous. The Cape Townians have come out in full support of this cause, the Palestinian cause, Al-Quds, and the 75th anniversary of the Palestinian Nakba. Inayet Wadee, Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the program.
Assalamu alaikum to the listeners. Just a point of correction, I am back in Johannesburg.
Oh, okay.
Not going to Cape Town. I flew back from Durban, but I will be flying to PE today for the PE leg of the tour, inshallah.
Okay, but I've seen lots of pictures with you and the rest of the crew, and I just assumed you were in Cape Town as well.
No, in fact, those are pictures from Durban. Those are pictures from Durban that we had in the last few days.
Okay.
So the team is in Cape Town, and as you mentioned, the Nakba today being the 15th of May, there's going to be a huge protest that's going to take place, as far as the Nakba is concerned. So that's going to take place this afternoon outside Parliament. But you mentioned the Cape Town leg of the tour. I have been following the feedback and the updates coming through out of Cape Town. And I must say, Julie, it's been a jam-packed program. And the MJC, together with the likes of the Al-Quds Foundation in Cape Town, have had a full program since Abeer Zayyad and the Salaamedia team had got there on Saturday. And from what I have been seeing is, it's been very well attended. There's been a lot of support. And when it comes to the Palestinian cause, Cape Townians come out in their numbers. They are passionate about Palestine. They are passionate about Masjid al-Aqsa. And I'm certain that the team is getting all the support. And more importantly, Abeer Zayyad reaching out to people. And also at the same time, when I look at what has taken place in Durban as well, I must say it was a wonderful, wonderful event in Durban. Durban crowd also pulling out all stops. There were a lot of academics. There were people from a cross-section of society. There were reverends. There were people of the cloth. There were ulama. There were academics. And really, it was a wonderful event that we had in Durban. But more importantly, the message of Al-Quds coming out very, very loud, very, very clearly, very profoundly during all the visits, whether it's been to the schools, whether it's been with the ulama. We met with the Jamiatul Ulama in KwaZulu-Natal on Friday. And all of this, at the end of the day, alhamdulillah, contributing to the success of this tour of Abeer Zayyad.
Alhamdulillah. So tell us about the remainder of the tour. Where is she going to next? Once the tours have been done, are we going to allow her a little bit of breathing space, because she's truly been working very hard indeed, as have our team that has been accompanying her?
Well, definitely. In fact, they have been working very hard, and we had a call with Maulana Abdul Khalik Ali of the MJC when I looked at the Cape Town leg of the trip. And I mentioned to Maulana, I said, in between, they're going to need a break, because I'm saying it's hectic, because it's moving from one place to the other. You're just barely done with one event. You're moving on to the next event. So he definitely is going to need that break. It's been taxing on her. And just looking at today's leg of the trip, we are being hosted by people in Port Elizabeth. There's a Dr. Adil, the Young Hearts for Palestine, Christine Fredericks, who is a lawyer. So there are a number of programs when we land in PE. I will be joining the team this afternoon. They will be landing a bit later. But tomorrow, there is a visit to a Muslim school. There is an engagement with the Muslim Students Association at the campus and at the South End Museum. where the main program is going to be held in the evening. I know there is also an interview that's lined up with the local radio station in Port Elizabeth, IFM. So it's going to be a full day tomorrow, and this is the first time that Salaamedia and the team are going out to PE. So this is now new ground for us, breaking into a new space. But I'm sure the people of Port Elizabeth will be just as warm, welcoming, and more importantly, appreciative of the fact that Salaamedia has given them an opportunity to engage with Abeer Zayyad.
Alhamdulillah, I must say what struck me is the fact that she's been going to different schools and talking to the young learners there. I think that was a stroke of genius by the team, and whoever thought about taking her to schools, to Muslim schools, and to discuss the Palestinian issue. Because I kind of wonder if we as parents talk enough about it, or do we make our children, our little ones, aware of the Palestinian issue? How did the kids respond to her talking about the difficulties of the Palestinian people, and very especially that the 75th anniversary of the Palestinian Nakba is being commemorated today?
Actually, one observation that I've made, and we have been promoting this tour as an educational tour.
Wow.
And it's an educational campaign. And we're going to have to do a post-mortem after this event. Personally, for me, yes, we have reached out to a number of schools. We have reached out to many people, cross-sections of society. And there's a lot of hard work, I would say, that actually lies ahead. We had some of the children responding. We had a few. We've seen some of the questions coming through. But I'm not too certain whether we have done enough as far as educating and informing our learners about Palestine goes. And this was the point that was even made by Dr. Faisal Suleiman in his address on Friday in Durban, where we need to do a lot more. We need to incorporate this as part of our curriculum, where even if we set aside some time in a month, maybe an hour or 2 hours in a month, to talk about these things, to inform our learners. So there's a lot of hard work that actually lies ahead, and this is the reason why I'm saying, and I mentioned this to Maulana Abdul Khalik Ali and also to Maulana Abdullah Khan in KwaZulu-Natal, that we need to sit down, we need to get like-minded people together and see how we can incorporate this struggle for Masjid al-Aqsa, the struggle of the people of Palestine, into our syllabus, so that we can, for future generations, it will put us in good stead. Allah knows best, how long the struggle is going to take place, but future generations need to take up this responsibility of supporting the cause of Palestine. And the same, I would say, is for the ulama bodies to come together to see from the ulama side in terms of how they can coordinate this entire campaign together. The same would go for our Palestine solidarity groups. Sadly, there is fragmentation within the Palestine solidarity movement. So all of this has become quite noticeable, Julie, during this campaign. And this post-mortem is going to be absolutely necessary, but also at the same time reaching out to all who are passionate and who want to do something for Palestine. And that, for us here in South Africa, will put us in good stead to continue, like we have done in previous years, a united country for the cause of Palestine.
Inayet, not to dilute the Palestinian situation, I think that when the great minds get together to decide how to include this in the Muslim schools curriculum, what should also be borne in mind is, let's make it all encompassing. Let's also then introduce perhaps the Uyghur Muslims' plight. All Muslims all around the world, the marginalized Muslim communities, their voices need to be heard. So let's not only focus on Palestine, let's focus on all of those voices, Myanmar, Kashmiris, the Uyghurs, the Palestinians, and Muslims anywhere else in the world, minority Muslims that are being marginalized. We need to give a voice to all of those people, and we need to conscientize our children via the school system as they're growing up, to suggest that this is what is happening all around the world regarding Islamophobia and everything else. Your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you, Julie. In fact, absolutely, I agree 100% that this is not only about Palestine. We are talking about oceans of injustice against a nation. We're talking about oceans of injustice against a Muslim nation. You mentioned Islamophobia, and this is what we need to do. It's all about an education. It's about making sure that our young children know what is actually taking place around the world, how it is impacting people in every aspect of their life, how they are, all of this is accompanied by brutality, by humiliation, degradation, deprivation, injustice. And some of the places you mentioned, the Uyghurs, the Kashmiris, the Rohingya, and this is right across the entire board. And all of this needs to be told, it needs to be taught. And I'm sure that there is no lack of minds, there is no lack of intellect, there is no lack of resources in this country to make sure that our young minds are conscientized about these things.
Inshallah. Inayet, always a pleasure talking with you. You speak with such passion, and you are a hard worker and you make things happen. So I'm so glad that you are a colleague here at our radio station, and together, collectively, inshallah, we will make it happen. You go well, keep us in your du'as. Until the next time, as always, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My sentiments with you exactly the same. I know, Julie, you're equally passionate about all these things, and it is a team effort, and alhamdulillah, we at Salaamedia have had this opportunity, and we are thankful to Allah that at least, at the very least, we can make a bit of a difference. And more importantly, Allah grant us acceptance, Allah grant us sincerity, and a long life to continue with this effort, inshallah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. It is exactly 8:53 a.m. Standing by to talk to us about the Turkish elections. The eyes of the globe is on Turkey right now. We are going to be talking with Ashraf Patel. He's a senior researcher at the Institute for Global Dialogue. So please do stand by for that important interview.